What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here and welcome to today's Clash of Clans video. We've shown you it on the channel, the strongest attack strategy at Town Hall 12, but if you're not upgrading these troops, then you need to be, guys. The Lavaloon is smashing it at Town Hall 12. Coming in today, we have the elf with a 6-pack. 8 wins now for Red Elite. We are doing incredible. If you haven't already, guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Lots more Clash of Clans attack strategy. After we've discussed the Town Hall 12 attacks, we're also going to show you my attack in this war, which was... I can't even give it a name, guys. It was nuts. I just kind of came up with a crazy plan. I will explain it to you. Show you where it didn't go quite right, but it is quite fun anyways. The elf coming in for this one, he mainly comes in for the enemy queen. No matter what the layout of the base, he tends to target that queen and work around there. So he's brought that kill squad in, taken that out, and then circling around the top of the base. That means he can target the remaining Inferno tower first, but there are 2 air defense up there, so we don't have to worry too much about the balloons. They are going to be tanked by the Lava Hound. This is where it gets a little bit hairy, and he needed to make sure that the balloons on the right hand side did take down them defenses so that they could all clump in the middle. But you can see we do have a maxed Giga Tesla. Now you either need to try and freeze that, as he is doing in this case. The ideal solution is actually to use the Grand Warden's ability through it, because you can see the damage it does onto the balloons here on that final blow. Nearly takes them out. Had it have been earlier on in the raid, you would have to be thinking about a heal spell, or like I said, the Grand Warden's ability to get through that. Fortunately, with it being a little bit further on in the raid, not really too much to worry about. Only had to take out the odd defense following that. Then we're onto that clean up phase. Let's show you another Lavaloon attack, because that's what we're really focusing this video around, that strong attack strategy at Town Hall 12. Like I said, guys, if you're not prioritizing these troops, I would highly recommend that as the upgrades. The bases take a lot longer in order to max out, so you can really take advantage of upgrading a specific troop or strategy to really try and overwhelm bases. We'll show you an example of the Electro Dragon after this, just before we do show you my crazy attack. Honestly, guys, it's nuts. Again, coming in for this one, what is he aiming for? Well, he's going to be coming in for the enemy queen, but he's going to access her through the south of the base here, actually. So you don't have to come in with the nearest angle. You can obviously come in a little bit further apart, but that's exactly what he's going for in this one. Remember the wall wrecker, if you can protect it, it will actually go right the way through the base, quite a significant distance as well. So he's actually using the baby dragons just to help with that funnel as the heroes come in behind. But you can see the direct target that he's taking here towards the enemy queen. Yes, we're going to try and take out a section of the base down there, but ideally the queen is what is going down, and that is going to be the main target of this raid. You can also see how now we're kind of left with that semicircle around the top of the base. Makes it nice to finish off with the Lavaloon, and even though the heroes go down, sometimes that is exactly how it goes. If you can get your Lavaloon in soon enough in order to try and protect them, help with cleanup, but as you'll see on this one, doesn't really matter. The Lava Hounds do get locked onto by the single target Inferno, which is not ideal, guys. That means they go down pretty quick. You might want to consider getting them haste spells in quickly to try and protect them, or using a freeze spell. The elf powers right the way through this, because part of using that very small kill squad to start with means that you have a lot of balloons. So actually the Lava Hounds just tanking originally can be enough to then help your balloons through the raid. But you can see he's missed a few defenses here. That is exactly where these other troops come in. So he's froze the Giga Tesla, doesn't have to worry about the max level and that extra bomb after it in this one, but then a couple of extra balloons in to reinforce. Might have been nice to have them on the wizard tower, as it is the final defense and the balloons are clumped, but fortunately it does lock onto the Grand Warden, and it means that the balloons can get on top of it and get that down. As ever though, we do have the minions cleaning up that Lava Hound, the defending Lava Hound, not really doing anything in this case. Obviously what you can do, guys, you've seen it before, is you can drag it to the side with an archer, just so that your lava pups and things don't get caught on it in the end. Just before we get onto my attack, let's show you the Electro Dragons. A lot of people, they're kind of up in the air about them. I'm personally a massive fan of them. I think right behind the Lavaloon, we have this attack strategy of the Electro Dragons and the balloons, and it's not too difficult to get them upgraded. That's only 2 troops, guys. I know in this case Blake has a max queen, but what I want to highlight from this attack is how far they get through the raid, and you have seen on the channel in recent days, go check it out, the different attacks with them normal Town Hall 11 heroes, but the maxed upgraded Electro Dragons. Once you've created that funnel, you can see on this base, it is very tight, clumped together. The expos aren't all shot to air as well. Keep an eye on that. A lot of people trying to defend against the Bow Witch, not quite having all of them ground expos on air, many of them grounded, so do keep an eye on that. But the Electro Dragons able to power through on this one, and just look at them in a clump. Once they chain together, they're able to get through multiple defenses. Look at that as they take it down, and then in the end, we're just using the heroes on the back end for this one. Does get a little bit fortunate, granted, because we kind of missed the king here with the Electro Dragons, and the queen has to take quite a lot of damage around the top. But the Electro Dragons themselves, irrespective of the heroes, irrespective of the kill squad, anything like that, taking out most of the base here. There's only a few defenses on the back end that are left over, so you could imagine how bringing in a kill squad can even enhance this attack strategy further. That's how you've seen it on the channel. You've seen a few different methods of it. This is what our guys with higher heroes are doing, just using it on the back end, but you have seen it with that kill squad as well. So that's going to wrap up the 3-star attacks for the video, but let's show you my attack, which, like we said, wasn't a 3-star, but I kind of wanted to show you it because it was a little bit quirky, and you don't often see bases like this. So like we said, another brilliant win for Red Elite. Make sure to join my Discord server if you want to join us. Here is the attack though. So we had a bit of a scout on this base to start off with, because as you can see, I think it's trying to defend Electro Dragons. But I thought I could pick this base apart. Basically, there's a couple of archer towers here that I could just put a single baby dragon onto and take that out. And then there's actually not a lot of point defense. So my thoughts were, I need to get the middle down. And actually there's no splash damage that is directly in between that single Inferno and the clan castle. Giga Tesla isn't going to be activated. I think a rage spell and 5 skeleton spells try and take down that single Inferno, the clan castle, and then maybe chip onto the heroes as well. I then start with a baby dragon on each one of these archer towers, take that down, but after the scout we found that there were indeed bombs at the top here. Then I would use balloons in a haste onto these air defense, battle blimp in towards the Inferno tower, take that down with Valkyries, king on the left, queen on the right, or vice versa, didn't really matter. Giant on each of these with a balloon. Let's just show you it, guys. It's getting nuts, isn't it? But I kind of thought I could pick apart the base like this. So one thing I kind of forgot in explaining the strategy there is I thought I'd take these down first, because what I thought is if I can put a giant in onto each one of these mortars, I can actually distract these expos whilst I'm trying to do my skeleton spell kind of destruction in the middle here. So in they come, they start to do a little bit of work, but I wasn't expecting the skeletons to get distracted onto the king and queen quite so easily. Enemy hound comes out because I do have a baby dragon now coming into the middle, and you can see that the skeleton spell strategy, it just didn't work. It didn't work one bit, and I really thought that I could do that. So at that point, well, raid's over. I knew I needed to get that middle down, so it's just not going to work. But the haste spells and the balloons, it works on the bottom here. I take out all of these defenses. In comes the battle blimp as well to drop the Valkyries off to primarily take out the Inferno tower and the Eagle artillery. I was meant to drop the troops out of there, but I kind of forgot and they come out eventually. Then just the baby dragons circling around the base. The idea was that once I'd put a balloon onto, or a couple of balloons onto these archer towers, that when that went down, I could then kind of drip feed the baby dragons into these expos, because remember, the king and queen would come in and take down both of these air defense. The enemy king and queen wouldn't be there, but in the end it just turns into a little bit of a cluster. Kind of doesn't even look like I know what I'm doing within the game, but I thought I would try it. Hey, we're on a heck of a win streak at the moment, and I wanted to give that attack strategy a shot, see if I could pull off some epic 3-star, and I knew it was going to go either way. Epic 3-star, epic fail. we went for the epic fail, guys, but let me know what you think down in the comments. How would you have adjusted the strategy? Would you have just straight up brought a kill squad, tried to get into the middle? Likewise, it's probably a good base to Lavaloon, to be honest, with the air sweepers pointed to the bottom and the air defense down there, but I thought I'd try and pick apart the base like that. Didn't really work, guys, but I thought it was worth showing you as well, because we all learn from this stuff. If you do have multiple buildings in the middle, skeleton spell will not work. It really is when there's that boxed compartment and you can drop them right on the queen, then they'll overrun the middle. It really didn't work in this case, but that wraps it up for this video, guys. I've been your host, Judo Sloth, and until next time, peace out.